Good morning and welcome to the Moopsyverse, where apparently we have a flood watch going on, which isn't really too surprising. So it's finally warm. It's like 50 degrees, so I don't know what that'd be, 25-ish. Good morning, Zork player. Long time no see. Yeah, is 25 hot? Is 25 pleasant? I'm trying to think of what it is in centigrade here. Let's see, split the difference, subtract 18, blah, 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 or I could just look and see what it is. It works better when I can spell. So it is. Oh, it's 10 degrees. How's that? It's 10 degrees outside. But it's still kind
In
of
your
pleasant.
scale?
No, on your scale. It's 51 on my
Oh.
scale.
It's 7 degrees here. It's actually got a little bit cooler than it was for the past few days, but it's supposed to be warmer tomorrow and weekend. Ooh, after the weekend we're gonna have 16. Oh, nice, almost
Okay.
summer.
Yeah, well, 50 degrees, but it's raining. Good morning, what's the hell? It's raining, and I decided to leave the curtains open last night and just kind of enjoy the pitter, patter, pitter, patter, pitter of the rain all night long. And I slept well, and the dog slept well, and we all had just a wonderful night. And, best night of sleep probably in the last 3 months. I can't sleep with curtains open during the winter because they make such a difference with the freezing of the house. But when it's 50 outside, the house doesn't cool off. In fact, the heat didn't go on once last night. It was still 65 in the house when I got up. So, makes a difference. Let's see, Zork Player has asked, did you hear the good news? And I don't know, maybe, but probably not.
What good news?
I don't know. He's not telling us.
Heard?
It's a
Yep.
secret.
Yeah.
You
Well,
don't keep secrets from us.
yeah. I heard the good news about the dog who's the pet of the guy who does panning for gold up in Alaska or something like that, and the dog got very sick, and it cost $6,000 in vet bills. New president for the game company?
Which game company?
You
What?
mean you mean for Cryptic, the new version? There's a new president. I thought it was going to be what's his name?
I think he's talking about what's his name.
You're not talking about Thomas, are you? If you're talking about Thomas, he's the executive producer, and the other guy whose name totally eludes me, but used to be the president or executive producer is now the CEO, but I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
What the heck is his name? He did a podcast a while back. But yeah, if that's what you're talking about, yep, I have indeed heard that good news, and it is good news. Cool thing is Thomas is out there talking to everybody, promoting the heck out of the game. He's in news articles. The CEO, unless it's changed, is there a new CEO? I see it's Jack Emmert. That's the guy who I thought it was. Has that changed? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what I've heard about Jack Emmert is when he was with Cryptic the first time around, he was a bit of a butthole, shall we say? The cool thing is he acknowledges that he wasn't the best human being out there and has said he will make every attempt to be a good person and not do that whatever he was doing to people. I don't know any details. So fingers crossed that everybody is happy with this one.
You know, Ursula from The Little Mermaid also said that she saw the light and made a switch, but we know
Yeah,
how that
I
ended
know
up.
that, but I do know a lot of people who saw the light and made the switch and have been really good people since then. Anyway, back to the guy whose dog got sick and had like $6,000 in vet bills. And he put out the notice about the dog because he goes, if anybody's saying there's a GoFundMe for him, there isn't. I've got plenty of money. The dog's fine. No worries there. If you want to help out, you can do this. If you want to just do something good, you can do this. So I thought that was really nice. Not just taking money because people are wanting to send money and trying to keep people from stealing money that could be going to good causes. So nicely done. What do we want to do today? I have a Lucari TFO. What are Lucari TFOs? Do I care? St. Cathy fronts if anybody's got St. Cathy ships.
St.
I've
Cathy, I
got
just
Thorian
came from
ships,
there.
Undine ships in the battle zone, and disrupted damage in space. So, you know, nothing exciting.
Well, I've got some Undine ships. Taz, no, what am I saying? Taz has done all this stuff. What the hell? What
Yeah,
have you
I
got on yours today?
finished a couple of minutes ago.
Only thing I didn't do yet was repair shields in space.
I might be
Suppose
able to get
that'll
some.
do itself.
Yes, it will. Zork Player, yeah, his video was pretty interesting on YouTube. Let us cross fingers that everybody's happy with him there, but it's devs who own the company now. Well, okay, so actually somebody else owns the company, but the devs are in charge, so I think if it doesn't work out, they have an easier way of getting rid of him this time. But let's hope that it does work out. I'm going to team everybody up.
To log in a non-Klingon character.
Yeah,
Yes, I have.
that would make life easier.
There I am.
There you are. My due? If you mean my hair, horribly, the image that's in my avatar is about right, and I'm in dire need of a cut.
I shaved myself yesterday. It was amazing.
Well, actually, I'm hoping to get something interesting, and then I'll let it grow out for Vegas and get it cut like the weekend before I go to Vegas. Because I don't mind the price of a haircut. It's the fact that it's 3.5 hours by car to get to the place to get my hair cut. So I don't do it very often. All right. How about, since Chris has Undine ships in the battle zone and I have Undine ships, how about we go do some Undine ships in the battle zone?
Yep.
All right.
I'll do that.
I'm really happy I took the dogs out for a walk yesterday because apparently it's going to rain all day today. And the dogs will go out the back door and go, "Hey, it's raining. Can we go out the front door?" It's still raining there. No, it'll be different. Okay.
Yep, my cat is exactly the same. If the porch door doesn't suit her, she goes over to the front door.
And apparently, if I get out the LEASHES,
Yep.
that'll be different still. I'm going to go over to the Sphere Zone, but I will wait, or sorry, to the Undine Zone, but I'll wait for you guys to get there.
I'm there.
Okay.
Get out of the combat and patrol I was just doing right now.
Finish yours up.
It won't take too long to finish it up.
By the way, if anybody wants to know this, I won't make us do it, but defeat 10 commanders or captains on the ground can be done super easy if you do Devil's Heart.
Or home.
It's actually faster in Devil's Heart. You can do Devil's Heart solo and just do the first chamber on the left side and we'll get all 10 right there.
Okay.
And so I usually go and just do those 10 and leave. But since I have to do it for today, I figured I'd just wait for today.
Okay, transwarping.
So remember I told you that my son had this cold thing when we went to Chicago on Monday, and I spent the entire day in the car with him.
Yes.
So I gave it 72 hours, which means by today, if I'm going to get it, oh, well, thank you. I should be sick. I have a little
Yes.
tiny sore throat and this little tiny, vaguely runny nose. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just waiting for it all to go to heck. It'll be tomorrow or something, and I'll be lying in bed going, ugh. Taz, we're down in Undine Landia if you'd like to join us.
I'm in.
It
No?
would seem my RAM banks are finally about to croak. I need to reset my computer.
You're in Battle Zone 2. Where are we?
You're in a full battle zone.
No,
you have
there's
to
only...
switch to battle
Okay,
zone
we
2.
need to go to Battle Zone 2. Though you're a team, you should be able to join us. Generally, that's an easy... Anyway, Whatzel has to join us. Okay. Whatzel, let me know if you need a re-invitation to come back in. That's a good thought, Zork Player. There's a little restaurant near my son's office that does basically breakfast, but they do fresh squeezed juice, including disgusting things like wheatgrass juice or whatever that is, which is supposed to be good for you. I think it's good for you because all the germs taste it and get scared away. I'm going over by Taz. How many do you have, Chris? Let's see.
10.
Let's aim for the center. I've got 10 as well.
Okay.
Oops. A whole bunch just appeared over my head. So I'm hoping my son is better. He was really sick yesterday when I talked to him. Like, too sick to go to work, too sick to really even answer the phone. And that's not good because it's a big event at his office, or at his store this week. And he's too sick to be there, and all their stores run with one person only. I got my 10.
And I got my 10.
And Taz is just here to help us. We could leave. And leave this for the next person who needs them. What's the hell's back? Yay!
Now to eventually start the game.
I had a heck of a time getting into the game yesterday. Shall we get out of here and leave the rest for other people? Don't shoot at me while I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to be friendly and leave these things for other people. But no, you have to shoot and keep me engaged. Thank you. Zork Player, my son is the manager of the Indianapolis Warhammer store. Which is a really bad thing. Because it's like, Warhammer, yeah, I need more armies. I need more paints. I need more toys. I need more books. I still have space on a shelf someplace. Have I played the big storyline this year? Yes, indeed. I have been keeping up with it. All right, what is next?
Need to do some disruptor damage.
Why don't you go
Change
get
the
yourself a
ship.
disruptor ship, and as soon as we can get What's the Hell in here, we can go do Zenkethi front, and that should give you your disruptors, my Lucari TFO, and his shields. So
Loading.
Zork player, I understand that this storyline's going to take through at least the beginning of 2027, so 3 to 4 more episodes before they can wrap it up, because I don't know how they're going to wrap it up, but there's a lot of loose ends all over the
Yeah.
place right now.
Yeah, this can go either way right now.
Yeah. I know there was a hint that the Ethereans will become our friends. Ew.
Ew.
And there's no hint that Kumarki's going to turn to the dark side.
No hint?
No.
Or known hint?
No hint. Zero hint. And I'm thinking, looking at her change in personality after the whole Borgification, I think she should turn. I think that'd be really interesting, and then we can have an arc of trying to save her.
Oh, I don't like that.
Or murder her.
Or murder her, one or the other. Well, we can't really become enemies with Lucari because they're kind of Pacific, and they're fine. I'm going to queue us up for Zenkethi front. Is that okay?
Yep, I've swapped, so I'm ready.
Okay. Zenkethi front. Weeboo?
Weewoo.
Good morning, Maywin. Oh, I like her too, Zork player. I just think it'd be a great storyline. From what they've said from the devs at Cryptic, they like redemption arcs. They like people to become the good guys at the end. But you have to have a bad guy to make an interesting story. So having her turn to whatever because of her personal trauma or because she's been replaced by somebody, you can still make it into a redemption arc, but you can have a good story in the meantime. Actors like to play the bad guys because they're more interesting. Writers like to write good writers like to write a bad guy who's interesting because they're interesting. And if somebody's always
That's
nice
more fun to write.
yeah, at some point, if you only write good guys, you just want to shoot them at some point. Even your good guys have to have flaws. Maybe that's why, things like Rey and Star Wars is boring because there's nothing really interesting about her.
There's really nothing about her in general.
There's no story arc. There's no personal arc.
She's just this wonder child that does everything right.
Yeah, you go back and you look at Luke, he had flaws. Han Solo had flaws. Even Darth Vader had flaws. Those were more interesting. And I'm trying to think of something in her character that makes her interesting. I think Star Trek has gone downhill. Now so has Doctor Who. We have very animated discussions about that. Not when we're streaming this one, but when we're streaming our Friday night stuff. Or not even streaming, when we're talking. And you are more than welcome to jump in there and chit-chat with us. And tell us what you think and why you think it, and defend your point, listen to other people's points. Because I think a lot of people agree with you, and yet there are things that are just absolutely delightful in every Trek. Even though I don't like some of them. Apparently I've got a bomb. How interesting.
It's very interesting how many actors and like people who worked with Gene Roddenberry's original versions of Star Trek, including like the original actors from TOS, are more open to embrace the new Trek than the actual viewers, which is very interesting. Like George Takei had he made such a blessing to the character of Jaden that like everyone hates on him. Like not everyone, but like a huge
Actually, most
majority
people
of people
don't, that I've talked to don't hate on the character at all. He's a well-written character. I know better than that. He's a well-acted
I've
character.
seen online a lot of discourse
Well,
around him.
that's because people are poopy pants. But all in all, he's not a bad actor, and the role isn't horrible. It's actually one of the better ones out there, in my opinion.
I honestly have no issues with any of the characters written in that show, but that's
Well,
me. Maybe
I think
just
some of them are just so poorly written. That's the problem I've got, and we've talked about that before.
But that's the thing. If we've seen some like discussions over the same thing that people hated about TNG, they disliked about Voyager, Deep Space Nine, and all those shows that came around like Roddenberry/Berman era, and yeah, I think it's always like this. Every show like that usually starts with general hate because it's not more of the same what we had before, and then it's just like people just get used to it. Like the thing is, I personally have the thing when I watch something the first time and it always like feels like it's fitting, but then I like go back to it. That's even not even limited to a movie or a TV series or whatever. I remember I used to say that I absolutely detest Blade Runner because I couldn't get into it. And I admit, it took me like 4 or 5 attempts to watch it to actually be able to not even understand it, to be invested in it, to actually see it, to see it through. Because I couldn't get through Blade Runner like
The first one or the
3 or
second
4
one?
times. The first one.
Oh, okay. Well,
I couldn't stand it. I thought it was boring as heck. I thought like I still have that with Space Odyssey 2001. I just can't stand it. I think it's the most boring film that ever was created. I mean, I do not deny the technology. I do not deny the movie making that went into it, because some of those scenes still hold up today to a point where I'm wondering how did they do it? And I can't deny it, but like it's long, it's boring, it has like not much happening, and what is happening isn't actually justifying it for me.
I don't know how to tell you this, but 2001, even though I love the movie, is boring.
Yeah, and like, but there's still other
There's no
people
getting
saying
around
that,
it.
oh, it's such a masterpiece.
It
Oh,
is
it's
a
such a good
masterpiece. It's
movie.
a
Oh, I can
technical-
watch it all the time. And I'm like, yeah,
It's
good
a
luck,
cinematic
good
and
luck.
technical masterpiece. It is still boring.
Still puts me to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had the same thing with Blade Runner, the first one, and I needed like 4 attempts to finally get through it and finally start to get the intricacies in what's being said. And Blade Runner initially was very poorly received. Like, it was, people said the same thing around it, that it was boring or uninteresting, or like they didn't enjoy it. And I personally think that it's a matter of like getting into it and maybe get into it less hot-headed than we initially are, because when we come to something with a pre-established like IP, and that's not limited to Star Trek at all, because the same thing went with Star Wars, the same thing went with video games that have been dormant in a while, but then they'll get a new installment after so many years, and movies and whatever else, is that we come with an expectation
Of course we
to
do.
get more of the same.
Yes, this is what we're paying for. We want more of the same old, and if you want to give us something new, you're going to have to work for it. And before we go any further, good morning, Maywin. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Still drunk.
So when people pay for, a Star Trek 1, 2, 3, 4, they're paying based on what they've seen previously.
I thought she's dying.
And to bring out something new and have the people who are bringing it out expect you to love it simply because it says Star Trek is not reasonable, honestly. To bring out something that's well made and in the Star Trek world, but with good creative qualities, telling good stories, that's a different thing. Strange New Worlds. So, who is it? Zork says, I like Strange New Worlds. I like Strange New Worlds. It feeds off of the energy from original TOS. It does some original stuff. I think it's got better character development than either Discovery or the new one. Though it's not fair for the new one because we haven't had time to see characters develop. With the exception maybe of Jaden. I think he's a well-written character. But the rest are pretty thin. Yet, we still have time.
Hang on.
Well, I'm going to individual characters. But with Strange New Worlds, excuse me one second. Strange New Worlds, we have a lot of established canon that they can build on for that character development for Pike, Uhura, Spock, all that stuff, and they haven't gone off the deep end with it.
Not yet.
Pardon?
I said not yet.
Not yet. Well, Strange New Worlds
And
is
they
only
won't since the series has ended.
same with I understand that officially Starfleet Academy is going to end after the second season. And it's not necessarily a ratings thing, but it has a lot to do with Skydance doesn't want to acquire everything from the companies Bad Robot and Secret Hideout. They don't
want
want.
to end their contract with Paramount.
Well, it is
I read
Paramount now.
something online about exploration, whether Academy has a chance of continuation, even if it would probably need to rework many of the aspects.
It would have to be a new series, which they could do if they wanted to. But there's been the bigger talk with Skydance of basically making everything from at the end of Enterprise over into like an alternate universe Trek. And that way they could go back and
Kelvin.
Yeah. Well, it isn't really. Yeah. So we've got Prime, we've got Kelvin, and then this would be like an AU Trek. So, i.e., it would be canon, but it wouldn't be canon. But it then frees them up to go back and readdress things and have a universe where the burn didn't happen, or maybe something else happens. But that's all still in the talking about it areas.
Or they just abandon that entire century and go back to 25th, like they should, or 26th or 27th.
They could. I mean, they could
29th.
address anything in the intervening periods.
It's just too, the technology for 32nd century is just too fantastical for the problems that they have.
Well,
Always have.
now they've gone the other way around with the exception of the programmable matter. Is that what it's called?
I think that was a big misstep.
Yep.
I think the programmable matter was a big misstep.
It
on
kind
their
of goes
part.
into the magic realm, which, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Star Trek always has been a little bit in
Yeah,
magic.
I was actually going to say that, Chris. Yeah.
Isn't exactly explainable. There's like some sort of Heisenberg factor of some sort.
Heisenberg compensator.
No, Heisenberg compensator was something that is a response from the writers during TNG, I think.
Yeah.
To a problem that is some sort of Heisenberg effect or whatever it's called.
Heisenberg
and
principle.
This is their magical, principle that is just like their way of magically explaining. Oh, this is compensated by the Heisenberg compensator, even though this is still technologically impossible. So they've always been a factor of the suspension of belief or disbelief, and just going with it, because there are still many issues with the fact that you have different factors of warp speed that almost reach the 10, which within the principles of the universe kind of make you be everywhere at once at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, there's a lot of fun things you could do with that.
There's less emphasis on technobabble, which derives from the fact that I don't think there's a lot of consumers maybe for the technobabble in general in science fiction, because when I look at other science fiction things, they usually are used the same way as they are being used in Star Trek right now. It's just a means to an end, a means to justify why there is a certain predicament the characters are in, just to create a situation to which they react to and try to adapt into.
Right, yeah.
Because that's not limited to Star Trek in itself. Like, I'm not even talking Star Wars because it was never really science fiction. The science fiction layer was just differentiated from a typical space opera with wizards, princesses, evil gods, and whatever else.
Star Wars is space opera. It's not space fantasy. Space fantasy is the wizards and all that.
It ignores technology, ignores physics, because like they go into hyperspace and like there is no time factor telling us that this is going to take them some time to reach a space. They just go into hyperspace and they suddenly are on the other side of the galaxy, and there is no.
And if you want to do that, you can write a backstory to make that happen.
Movie, it wasn't instant.
It's not instant, but it also doesn't take them a lot of time. There's no indication it takes them a lot of time, and they always make it the right in time to be somewhere when they're needed, because they're needed. So like,
That's no moon.
there isn't consistency about that. And they never attempted, like Lucas never attempted to explain that either.
Yeah.
He was just like, this just it. It's just like,
In science fiction, there's hard science fiction, which is where they get the science correct and they write a story around it. It's not everybody's cup of tea. It can be difficult to read without the knowledge background that you need for it. And a lot of times
Yeah.
we do a lot of, or you see a lot of that being based in cyberpunk eras. Though I think Neutronium Alchemist does a lot of hard science. I can't really remember how far that goes.
The Expanse was one of the few that actually made science approachable to people.
I'm sorry, say that again?
The Advance was the Advanced Reward. The Expanse was one of the
Yeah.
few things that actually was made science approachable to people.
Yeah, and from what I've
Well, it started like that.
well, they tried to get their
Yeah.
science right.
Yeah, they did get the science right, more or less.
Yeah, more on the more side, less on the less side. They did a pretty good job. They were there
You know,
at one
one
of
thing
the
that
Star
bothered
Trek
me was the-
conventions with some scientists who were explaining, you got this, right. You guys did a great job compared to a lot of other ones. Star Trek has science consultants who
yeah,
will.
and they had during the Discovery era just as well.
Uh-huh.
They just put less emphasis on the scientific end.
Right. And so Big Bang Theory made it through like 3 seasons before they realized that they were being a little too hardcore science, which made it less interesting. So they spent time figuring out how to make it scientifically accurate, but not the focal point of the story. They changed it so the focal point of the story was other stuff aside from getting the equation on the whiteboard right. Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But you still, in my opinion, you still have to have a situation, which is the premise of each episode. Something's happening, and the way that the characters work on that situation, resolve it, and any personal growth that occurs, and personal growth is the last part of it, becomes the thing that pulls it into the Star Trek or the Star Wars or the whatever universe. I like it when it's based on something's happening and not based on just the characters.
Yeah. One thing, one of the old sci fans I talked to a long time ago told me, that this TOS was more about the situation that's going on bigger in the world. TNG, DS9, while DS9 had a focus on a war,
Right.
still a lot more character development. Now the new Trek is all character development and very little about the big story.
And the thing is, they could change it in the Jaden episode, the one where about the Klingon diaspora. In my opinion, is one of the better written stories because here we have something that is affecting that entire universe, but it's brought down to the situation out there and his focal point, so you can see what's going on with him as an individual and what's going on in the big picture of that Star Trek universe. I think that's, while it's not a perfect story, it's one of the better written ones because it really does show a universe, a cultural, and an individual. Nicely done. I will give them points for that one. I know a lot of people don't like that episode, but on everything that I can think, it's one of the better episodes.
I don't think they like Jaden.
I haven't seen the last
What
one.
it is.
I won't see the last one until 2 weeks from Friday because we'll catch all 3 of them on our show on the 20th. That'll be after all the episodes have concluded. But technically, they will all.
Conclusion is next week.
Next week, I'm not here.
Yeah. I'm just saying that the conclusion of the season is next week.
I understand that, but I will not be back to do a show until the week of the 16th. Though I suppose we could do something on the evening of the 16th instead of our Friday night party if you guys want to do that. We can put that out there for discussion since I will be gone well, I won't be gone, but I won't be here at this desk until the morning of the 15th. In theory.
I mean, I probably won't be able to join to watch it anyway. I'm just watching it on my own, but just saying. Actually, there's a
Monday?
today.
Pardon?
The day before St. Patrick's Day. Okay.
Yeah. The day before my brother's birthday. Yes, that is correct. Yeah, next week I have friends coming in from Texas. We have to go to 3 events in Bloomington during the course of the week, so that's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And of course, the Friday the 13th, we're going to spend it watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Because,
Oh dear.
we're adults. Hey,
That's right.
yeah.
That's right, because we get picked to watch whatever we want to watch. For being an adult.
Yeah, exactly. Zork points out something. I thought he is not what I think of as a Klingon. But actually, we think of Klingons as our warrior species. But even for a warrior species, even with, like the Roman legions and the Greek armies, you had to have people who were responsible for medical and for support, and less so with the Greeks because they kind of had everybody do everything. You had people who had multiple functions. You had to have the people who raised the food. You had to have the people who wove the cloth. You had to have everything that supports that Klingon culture exists in that world. It's just not the focal point we see in the show. I meant like what happened with Doc, but I don't think of a Klingon as a Klingon.
I don't think he doesn't think of the Klingon. He doesn't think Jaden's a Klingon.
Oh no, he's definitely a Klingon. He's just.
I mean, in Klingon sensibility and culture and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but you know what, though? Come to think of it, every Klingon scientist you've ever seen in shows, movies, or whatever, they've always been a little bit scrawnier than all the others.
Yeah,
maybe not as scrawny as Jaden, but still scrawny. But remember, too, Jaden's also a kid.
Yeah.
If he's already scrawny and a kid, he's going to be looking even scrawnier.
Yeah, maybe he's going to be a big guy when he matures. We don't know. And we won't know
because his brother was huge.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. But even with that genetics, I mean, my brother's big, tall, and skinny.
Mm-hmm.
He is a big guy in height, shoulder widths, all that stuff, but not a fat kid, not even a really muscly kid. Kid. He's older than I am.
Also, too, with the Klingon thing, they've also, their genetic quality has kind of narrowed even more than usual.
Oh, that's a good point. After the diaspora,
and maybe the scientists were the ones who lived throughout that whole thing.
I think you would find a way to maintain your culture. You would try, if you liked it, you would try to preserve it, even if you're spreading out just for survival. In fact, maybe it would go even stronger because you're just trying to survive. But at the same time, not everybody's going to have that mindset or that physique or that attitude. And I think that actually makes for a more interesting culture. Even in Star Trek Online, you go back in one of the early episodes to Sorella's estate. And she's got people tending to the supplies. She's got people working in the fields. All those things exist even in Star Trek Online.
That's the House of Martok lady, right?
Pardon?
Yeah. Which one is that?
That's
the House of Martok?
Yeah, well, it's way back in the early ones in the Klingon episodes. And I don't know if I've got the Klingon episodes here.
Where you seek that Romulan spy on in the Qatar lowlands. And
yeah, that one.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's only in the Klingon arcs, though. It's not in the Federation. So if you haven't played the Klingon side, you won't know them. But it's nice, and it's again one of those nicely built maps where olden days maps where we had big maps that were really interesting. But we're just sitting here yabbering. Shall we shoot things?
I'm just watching Toss in the tree.
What?
A what now?
Toss is climbing a tree in ESD.
Ah, yes. Good times. Somebody pick something. I'll hit it.
Oh, disconnected.
You sure?
No.
Oh. So we're playing the other day. Taz isn't there. What did we get in randoms? Borg disconnected. Anybody got a taste for anything?
How about crystalline?
Sure, absolutely. I'm going to do it as a private queue, though, because it's unlikely that'll come up. And we can easily do it with 4. We did it with 3 the other day. No problems. Wakey. There we go. We are queued for crystalline. Here we go. Zork, are we now going to sing There Was a Tree song? I assume that's not an American song, right?
The other night I watched this really good movie called The Endless.
I don't know that.
Yeah, it's about a cosmic horror that has like control over time and space. So he makes little bubbles of time
Oh,
and feeds off of people, their energy and shit, and then resets the time loop after he kills them over and over again.
oh,
Everyone and time loops are not like a set time. One's like 5 seconds long. One's like 10 years long. One's like like they're all different. The second and if you die in the loop, then
yeah.
he has you forever.
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. So it focuses around this UFO death cult in the 10-year loop. Two boys had escaped from, and they went back to revisit the cult,
Uh-huh.
and we're trying to run away from it when it happened. We're trying to run away right before the time loop was going to reset and it's trapped them forever. Because if you don't kill yourself, it will kill you.
Ooh. What was
Yeah,
the name of this?
the endless.
Okay.
Pretty good movie. I'm surprised.
Good morning, Cliff.
Saw him Plex and a bunch of others.
Oh,
So
got
what's the
second
new
place.
company called
Third
now?
place.
Well, I didn't get anything, so you guys must have taken first, second, and third.
I got second.
I
Very
got
good.
third.
That means Taz. What a surprise! Taz got first. Woo! Who'd have thunk? Zork says, I don't know it, but I do remember the planet you could land on, Memory Prime. Is that in Star Trek or is that in this movie?
No, not a movie.
Let's see, where are we at? We could do Battle of Procyon 5. Oh, in the game. Memory Prime. Memory Prime in the game.
You Memory Alpha? I know there is a planet or a system called Memory Alpha in the game.
Memory Prime. Yeah, it's not in Star Trek Online. It is a. It's from a novel, a TOS novel. Memory Alpha was the center for
Yeah,
crafting for Federation players, which we don't really do anymore. It's in the Tenebia sector, for those of you who want to know. It has been taken out of the game. Blappity blappity blah. Notes.
Until its removal from the game the 17th of July of 2014, Memory Alpha was the center crafting.
Let's see if there's any images. Yeah, there was a planet there. Memory Alpha. I don't think I ever
There's a
went
lot
there.
of there's a lot of planets that should have around, or at least the system.
Give me 1 second here. Sorry, I have to look for something real quick. Oh, that's interesting. No, that should not
Oh
be
yeah,
there.
because the crafting system was completely different back then.
Yeah, it was.
So when they made the system they have now, they just yanked Memory Alpha out. And I was like, could have made it a base of operations with vendors and banks and everything and be done with it and leave it in. What was the point of taking it out? Of course, that means they probably would have had to mess with it a little bit. Probably wasn't running right.
Give me
Playable
one
Ferenginar.
second here. La, 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 la. That's what I want. And what is that? Oh. No. I don't want to do that. I want to do that.
That'd be kind of depressing though.
What?
A Landable Ferenginar where it rains like 90% of the time. That'd be depressing.
It could be. Certainly be.
Because isn't Ferenginar supposed to be swamp?
I don't know. Is it?
They kind of insinuated that when Quark and Rom went to his mom's house.
That would make some sense.
It says they're apparently related to some kind of swamp creature. Kind of makes sense too, because they are meatworms and all that kind of stuff, and bugs and stuff.
It doesn't look like there were vendors per se there. Interestingly, there is a NPC there, Thomas Maroney. Oh no, there are a couple of vendors there for selling some basic versions of craftable items, including Orlando Mai, Markin, and Quex. And there were actually episodes involved with it, which I never did. More like little endeavory type things. Dang, things I never did.
You know, so there was a few like 5-second shots in
Yeah.
that episode of like the city of Ferenginar. It was just like black clouds raining all the time, swamp everywhere. It was just like, yeah, never mind. Imagine mosquitoes. Or their version of mosquitoes.
Let's see. Memory Alpha, blah, 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 blah. Inhabited planet. The planet was known for having nearly constant planet-wide torrential rains, rotting vegetation, and rivers of muck. You are quite correct.
Oh joy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Louisiana in planet form.
Didn't say obscenely hot, though. Sorry about that. So I do have a touch of the plague, apparently just nothing substantial. Let's do another one. We got a little time left here. Anybody?
Grandfather Nurgle is blessing you.
Pardon?
Grandfather Nurgle is blessing
Yes,
you.
indeed. While we were driving home, we were listening to a Caiaphas Cain book called The Trader's Hand.
Let's go on.
I love listening to Warhammer books on ebooks. It's just, some of them are so well done, especially the Horus Heresies.
I got all the Eisenhower series and Ravner series on Audible, and I'm just like, oh, that's great. And the guy they picked to talk was great.
Do you know who it was?
I don't actually. I actually should probably look that up. Actually, something lauding about his performance. I'm like, you know who it is.
Yeah, I used to listen to books and I'd hear one person doing the reading and be like, ooh, that's a great voice. I will buy whatever other books he's doing. Some want to bring back the fan episodes in the game. I don't think that will happen. That will not happen. Writing the code for the, what is it, the Forge? No. What do they call it? Not the Forge, not the Armory, the Foundry was a problematic nightmare.
Toby Longworth.
Oh, Toby Longworth's amazing. I love him.
Actually, I think it looks like he narrated like 99% of the Black Library.
He didn't. I wish he did. But he's my favorite Caiaphas Cain of all of them.
205 books he narrated for
Really?
the Black Library.
Oh my goodness, then I'm missing quite a few. He's just got an incredible voice.
It looks like he did some of this Caiaphas Cain stuff.
He did. He did quite a few of the Caiaphas Cains. Well, the one, I don't know if he did the one we were just listening to, but Dead in the Water is probably the one that's most memorable, but he's got quite a few that are so good. Let's do one more before I go off and have a real life.
I actually gotta go because I have a
Okay.
meeting with my boss
Okay,
in
go ahead.
10 minutes.
Go have a
I'm
meeting
gonna
with your
stick
boss,
on that.
Chris. I know.
Yeah.
There were some good
So,
missions in the Foundry, and there were some not so good ones. Yeah, of course, Cliff, we got room here. Let us know what you need to do.
I never got into the Foundry. I know.
There were a couple of them. My favorite one was Sword of the Cuvée Ma, because the person who wrote it had a sense of humor. And he would draw from other sources. I mean, there were Star Wars references and there are other references. And the leader of this was us versus some Klingons who'd taken over a ship. And the leader of the Klingons was being cheered on by one guy. Yeah, you can do it. We can do it. We can be in charge of this. And the guy turns around and goes, "Okay, you're in charge of it." And he leaves. And the guy goes, "Huh?" Yes, Brackley or Barkley, I think. Yes, I remember that one, Zork. There are some really good things in there.
All right.
All right, what are we doing? Take care, Chris. Have a good meeting.
See you later.
Uh,
That'd be crazy.
Cliff, pick out something. You're going to be in charge here.
You're now in charge, Cliff.
Hmm?
Man, I got into playing the Division 2 the other day because Ubisoft had a giant sale on Steam. That's creepy. That's a creepy game story.
I spent Monday night, Tuesday night, after we got off the air, listening to Pi do his live stream of playing puzzle games, which was really interesting. But, I'm trying to go to sleep while listening because he's got a great voice. And it'd be like, no, let me go figure out how to answer that puzzle. Oh, that's this, and send him little hints and things. Yes, Cliff, you're in charge. 10 Voth ships. Cliff, really quick, is it 10 Voth ships in the battle zone or just 10 Voth ships? It makes a difference, so.
Yeah.
Battle zone. Okay, everybody, off to the battle zone.
Dun, dun, dun.
Here we go to save the day.
Sir, we are 15 days away from the battle zone.
Don't I?
Like there's never any ships in the main sectors.
I hit the transwarp to the battle zone and then realized I'm at the battle zone.
We're the closest ship. We're the closest ship for 22 hours, Captain. God, I hate that. I hate that trope in Star Trek.
Well,
you one day just want the biggest ship to show up that you're gonna fight, and then be like, and all of a sudden like 30 ships just show up next to you just once.
There used to be a TFO where you'd start out with like 30 little ships, then 10 bigger ships, then 5 bigger ships, and finally get the boss ship. And you're supposed to have a team of like 10. And I would queue for it, and I'd be the only one there, and it would launch. And no! I was woefully underpowered. It was just horrible. I am in the battle zone waiting for everybody.
As much as people hate Discovery, one of the best battles in Star Trek was the battle for the binary stars in the beginning, because it was one of the first times you got to see a Starfleet fleet.
Yeah, true that.
Because before the fighting even started, all the a bunch of ships showed up. Of course, they got wrecked, but
details. If you're joining me in the battle zone, come join me in the battle zone for the Voth ships for Cliff. Because I can't bring you here. Right. You have to bring yourself here.
It's like
most importantly, Cliff needs to be here. Oh, Taslis left the team. Taz, you could have killed them all for us. We'd be done. Boop. All magically done.
Speaking of getting they got their teeth kicked in. I was looking up some of the new expanded lore of the Tau from Warhammer 40K.
Yes.
Wow. They've got so much going on now. No longer do they actually try to come in peace in the beginning anymore. When it comes to some species, they instantly attack humans every time they see them.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, because to be honest, how many times do you have to get your teeth kicked in by the Imperium before you learn? You know. Apparently, there's a god now, a chaos god that empowers is empowered by the greater good thing
Oh,
because
yeah, yeah.
all the ancillary species of the Empire have created a god in the warp.
Cliff,
Like,
you need to
wow.
come join us in the battle zone. Oh, Tess is logged off. Tess doesn't love us anymore. Yeah, Tess.
I'm being summoned.
Oh, well, go be summoned. No worries.
But I don't know. I kind of like it. Kind of shows progression as their empire learns about their greater galaxy.
That's cute, Tess. No, writing story evolution is great. Cliff, Cliff, you
Kind of
need
like
the
it.
Voth ships. You need to be here. We can't. I mean, we can kill them, but you're not going to get credit for them if you're not here.
I just wish they would upgrade their tech. If they're supposed to be,
You wish what? I'm sorry.
this. I wish they would upgrade the tech for the Tau because if they're supposed to be the species that in less than 6,000 years went from tribal living on one planet to having an empire in the galaxy, their stuff should be leaps and bounding pretty fast, especially during war.
Yep.
But it's still stagnant. They have the same guns from when they were first introduced, and this is now the 42nd millennium, I think,
Yeah.
technically in the game.
Well, that's what the
So
40K stands for.
the tower has had, what, 6,000 years, right?
Mhm. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Imperium has had
40. Oh no, I'm not saying that it's that different. Like it's just that they're supposed to be the rapidly progressing, ultra good, love everyone, work with everyone as much as they can.
I thought there was an
Yeah,
And now
upgrade
they're
to the.
just now they're twisting them. Now they're being twisted by the greater, bigger galaxy because they realize that that doesn't work with some species.
Hang on a second here. Cliff, if you are in sphere space, beam down to the ground battle zone. I know this sounds weird. Beam down to ground battle zone. Then beam up to your ship. Don't beam out, just hit the upper left-hand corner to beam straight up. And that will put you in the Voth battle zone. And you need to be here now because we got stuff going on right now. And we would have your 10 ships instantly.
Have
The
you read
ghost
the
won't be running
story?
away.
Suppose. Oh God, Marathon's coming out soon, isn't it?
What's marathon?
Apparently, it's a extraction shooter built made by Bungie.
Oh, I don't know it.
Bungie made Halo and
Oh, I know who Bungie is.
Destiny.
Yeah.
I keep getting commercials for it everywhere, all over YouTube, all over Twitch.
Do you know what I get commercials for? And I've said this before, and it still annoys me.
Hmm.
Local hospices.
Really?
When you need
They're trying to tell you something?
Yeah. When you need end of life care, blah 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 blah. I'm like,
Thank you. I'll keep that. Thank you, Twitch. I'll keep that in mind.
yeah, really. I'll be out hiking with the dogs, having a good day with the dogs, doing some exercise, getting done with the gym.
Are you
No,
old? Do you want to move here?
not that old.
The worst part is that when you look at some of those places in the video, you're like, this is nice.
Yeah, well, I mean, my husband was in hospice, and it was nice. He had a private room, but it's still not home, and I'm sorry, that was not going to happen at home. I would need somebody
Yeah.
24/7 staying with him.
Yeah, no. That's hard at being a hospice nurse. One of my cousins does it.
Cliff, somehow you went to the Fleet Solanae Dyson Sphere Spire. I don't know how you did that, but you went to the Spire instead of just straight up.
Be the
What
transfer.
is up in a
thingy.
sphere?
Pardon?
What
That
is
would
up
be a
in a?
Yeah, you first.
What is up in a Dyson sphere?
Towards the
Uh,
center. Towards the center.
You can buy some clothes there for the lithium.
Well, I mean, there's definitely stuff to buy there. But we need to get
Also,
some...
the warp core. In your olden times, you used to get that warp core
Yeah,
from there.
no, there's definitely stuff there. Is it, not Protomatic?
I don't think I've ever actually ran around any of the Dyson stuff except
Oh,
for
you
just
should.
do
It's
the missions real quick and leave. But you know what though? I've been spending a lot more time running around places because that's where I found the duty officer mission slots in
Oh,
the
yeah.
embassy. I
Yep.
didn't even know you could do that. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, there's lots of good stuff.
Like, thank you.
Good
Because I
morning.
would
Yeah,
complain about not
you
having
remember
enough.
Good morning.
white
Hi.
lab coat suit thing that Dr. Cooper wears during the missions you have there.
Cooper.
You can buy that at the Spire.
Oh, the named ships
At
are
the
back.
Fleet
Really? Hell, it took me a while to figure out that the tailor in the Starf base actually has some outfits to buy.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's got them. So,
You know, the
Pi,
dress.
you and your stupid puzzle games were keeping me from going to sleep the other night because I'd start to just go, I'm just going to listen to his lovely voice. And then it's like, nope, we got to take a look at that puzzle. Got to see if I can figure it out. So, thank you for that.
Now he's back at the Fleet Solanae Spire thing again.
Yep.
Uh,
Hey,
I'm
Cliff.
going to the Fleet Spire and let's see if I can. No, that won't work.
Hey,
It's in a different fleet. The
Cliff. Leave the Fleet Spire. However you need to. Oh, we got that one. I've defeated all the named ships. Yay.
could just meet me at the outside of the gate. I'll drag him here.
I was going to show him how to do it, so for next time he doesn't have to do so much work to get here. Oh, hold on a second. I need some stuff.
When you can't even see the target because there's too many pop-ups.
It was a cute little puzzle game, other than that stupid. There is no way you could have possibly figured out that stupid tentacles open holes one. There, if you don't look it up, there's no way you could know. Adaptive Gamer X. I don't know what ship to get with my T6 coupon. First things first. Do you want a tank? Do you want a little speedy escort? Kind of have to give us a clue what you like for flavor.
If he's new, I'd go for a big beamboat.
Well, yeah.
Enterprise better than Defiant. Yeah, pretty much when you're new with the game, you can't go with the tiny escort thingy.
Yeah, but some people are better pilots. I'm a terrible pilot. I would be awful.
Yeah, but
You can't be a bad beamboat captain.
How long have you been playing Adaptive Gamer? Years. Oh, he's been playing a long time. Do you prefer to do like a big tanky ship, or do you want something that is more maneuverable? Because that just is up to you if you like to zip around. My main is a tactical. Still comes back to what do you like to do? Do I have any T6 coupons on this tune? I don't. The Shangri-La is lovely. But what else would be a good option besides the Shangri-La? There's a couple other good ships out there. Hang on a second. Tell you what, beam up, Cliff, and then I'm going to come grab you and we'll bring you back in where we are and walk you through how to get here.
Yeah, just posted in team chat. Can meet me outside the red gate. There he is. So, let's go into the Solana Dyson sphere.
Do you like the Shangri-La would be my next question, Adaptive. Do you want another ship like that? So, Cliff, you need to go ahead and enter the Solanae Dyson Sphere gate. Okay, so you like the Shangri-La. You want to stick with something like that?
Can't go wrong with a Terran Dreadnought.
I do like it to get a good variation on ships. Okay. Yeah. There's a number of good dreadnoughts. I want to grab a coupon. Hang on. You know what? I can do that off a different account. Shrink that down. I'm going to open a different account here. So if I don't see your chat for a moment.
How did you get there, Cliff? Beam up.
Yeah.
I
Don't
see going
overthink
from
this, Cliff. Oh, here he is. He's
Ah.
here. All right.
Good.
Talk him through it.
Well, you're a bit far away. There you are. I'll come to you.
Well, I go try and pull up a T6 coupon to see what's a good ship off of that. I mean, there's so many.
There's a thing about it.
You are in the USS Hermes. Do you see the big sticks in front of you? That is now firing a fireworks. Rather big dreadnought with a yellow marble on top. That would be me. If you'd follow me, I'd bring you to the Wharf battle zone.
With a big what on top of it?
I have a stick that has a big yellow marble on top of it.
Oh.
It does.
It's like the light when they do tours in museums. Follow this light, people. Follow the light. Come with me.
We're walking and we're walking.
Or oh god, when we went to Salem once a long time ago, and they used to do the witch trial walks and everything, and the lady had the old lantern, was like, "Follow me." Boy, should have worn better, more comfortable shoes that day.
Yeah, we're going to a concert in a couple of weeks, and we have mosh pit areas. I'm going to say seats, but there's no seats there. My friend's like,
Far away.
have you got really heavy boots? Yeah, wear them. We have to walk a long distance to get there, but you're going to want those boots.
Now there will be a transition where Commander goal asks you that you are clear to travel to the contested zone, and we will be traveling to the contested zone.
You, as a 5-star fleet admiral, are cleared to go to the contested zone by a commander.
Details. So if people are chatting in
I
chat,
guess
I
technically it is
apologize.
true. I guess it would be true though, because sometimes you don't, if
Rogue
if
admirals, they
Starfleet doesn't
exist.
want an admiral somewhere, causing more of a ruckus, they'll be
Oh,
like, yeah, no, don't let him in.
All right, so I am looking at my T6 coupons. Oh, that doesn't help me. I just want to see what's available on it. And it goes, oh, you have a choice. A single tier 6 starship
Oh, you got to go to the store
from
and
the
it'll
Zen store.
show all the ones on sale.
Yeah, they should do that.
Actually, I kind of like it the other way with on the Zen store when you have the coupon in your hand, in your inventory, it'll tell you what you can and can't get flat out.
Okay, do you want to stick with Federation?
Be a Federale.
Okay, so my son got the Proxima recently. It's actually the whole reason he came back to the game is to get the Proxima. Fine ship. The Typhon, nice ship.
Within this contested zone, there are several towers, at which several WoF will occasionally spawn and try to capture the tower by just being around there. It would be your goal to defeat those WoF and prevent them from capturing anything.
And
In
you're
addition
put
to that,
firmly
there are
up for
several other missions to be played, like just right next to here, in the neighborhood, so to speak. There's salvage to be guarded from the WoF.
Listing some of the ones I found good. This one's a weird one, but I really love my build on this one.
The status of the towers can be read by the bars on the right side on your screen, and we see the WoF front tower being captured right now. We could fly there, defeat all the WoF ships that happen to be there, and thereby capture the power back.
There she is, the Terran Lexington Dreadnought Cruiser.
Yeah, I was just
So
listing
fun.
that one.
That boat is so fun.
These are ships I really enjoy doing.
I actually used the artillery, thing. It's fun.
The console of the Lexington does have a broadside artillery.
Yeah, it's really fun. Plus, it comes with a phaser
There's
lance.
torpedoes everywhere.
Phaser lance, a lot of weapon slots.
Okay, those are my picks that I've listed there. So I've got the Proxima, the Justiciar, the Tellarite Prolem, which I love that ship. I've been using it for years, and it's amazing. The Awani, the Ark Royal, the Terran Lexington, the Arbiter, and the Gagarin. Those would be my suggestions.
Funny when you got to be really specific about what Lexington.
Yeah, well, actually, several of Lexingtons are good, but the Terran Lexington is really fine.
Yeah, I got all the ones
Those should
that
all be
gave the.
available on the T6 coupon.
I
There
got all
is
the ones
just
that
one
gives you the
Terran Lexington,
consoles for it.
the Odyssey variant.
But is the variant through the coupon just going to the tailor? The Mirror
I
Gagarin.
mean, they don't have the same. They don't have the same slots and the same console slots
Okay.
and stuff as the other Odysseys. Like the tactical engineering and the science ones. Because yes, they're separate for some reason.
So the Tellarite Prolem is a not Federation ship. but it is fast, super mobile, and you can trick it out to be just butt-kickingly good. Arc Royal is lovely. Proxima, a little bit heavier ship, but quite fun. I'm stuck between the Justiciar and the Proxima. Boy, those are both difficult. They're both good. I don't think either one's a poor one. So
So I guess at that point, just tax up to look.
yeah. So go with one you think is prettier. Both of them are very effective ships, properly equipped. Probably I hear more about this Justiciar over the Proxima because it's been around longer. By the way, Cliff, while I've been off there chatting, have you guys had the chance to kill all your Voth?
Most wolf should be dead.
I really dislike it when STO Wiki has to verify that you're a human or not every time you look at their website.
How do you know I'm a human? I don't have a camera. I have a camera, but not there, but... I'm trying to decide on an experimental weapon of either flak shot, artillery, or railgun, because one is reputation, the other one I have to get a ship. I'll take opinions on that one. I don't know either weapon.
Whenever I use a ship that has an experimental slot, I still use that over that lightning gun, whatever it's called, hyper.
Oh, the
Accelerated.
experimental hyper thingy.
Yeah, because that's just fun to just to perform a Thrasidius.
The bug zapper.
Yeah, the bug zapper, exactly. Oh, you know what it also looks like sometimes is the Ghostbusters when they shoot that proton from the proton gun. Makes a good noise too.
Well, let's take a look at.
I never forget getting the Alliance Timber.
Oh, you got the Justiciar. Excellent choice. Both were good choices. In fact, most of those are all good shots.
A micro warp bubble shockwave. That sounds like fun.
So I went in to look at some reviews, and basically everybody's like, "Oh, you need a slot for it." That's not what I'm asking. I just want people to say, "Oh, I like it," or "Gee, this weapon stinks." For the first time, people aren't giving opinions. They never do that. They always give opinions.
What opinion, Tom? And if you don't agree with me, you're wrong.
Yeah, well, there is that, of course. So my gut is the railgun, but that's just because of the way I am. Which is, I like things for the reasons I like things, which isn't necessarily reasonable or because it's a better weapon. It's not a good way to play the game, but it is the way I play the game. All right, it's 7:20. I'm going to get out of here. I have life to do. Yes, we'll be on tonight. That is the game plan. Don't know what we're doing, though. We'll do stuff tonight. So thank you all for being here today. I'm going to get out of here. Have a wonderful morning, and as we like to say around here, stay moopsome.
Moopsy.
Who are you?
We are the knights who say
Moopsy.